Good morning, my friends. I'm 𝗏𝗏, the 𝗏𝗄𝗵 Stamper, and welcome back to another Coffee and a Card with Barb. I hope y'all are doing well this morning. I am very excited about this morning's Coffee and a Card because I am using a brand new stamp set out of our new September online exclusive products. They just dropped this morning. There are some fabulous stamp sets, dies, bundles, papers, embellishments for all of your fall crafting, including Christmas, Thanksgiving, just a lot of stuff. So I am very, very excited about what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I can't wait. Let me turn my camera over. There we go. This is the new Gathering Moments stamp set. I love this set so much. It is an artistic, distinctive stamp set, and I'm going to show you what that means today when I stamp. It's got two really fun backgrounds. It's got this beautiful font. Oh, I love these fonts. Aren't they pretty? I love this stamp set. Again, this is only available online. It just dropped today. It also has coordinating dies and paper and, oh my gosh, it's got a ton of everything in it. But I today am using the textured notes dies. And there's a reason why. The card today, we're going to make our own designer paper. How fun is that? Because I think people forget that they can do that. So I am using a piece of pecan pie for our card base. I'm using a strip of 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗁𝗁, a strip of 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗁𝗁. Then I'm using 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗁 today, guys. And here are the two pieces that I cut out of 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗁 using the textured notes dies. So I've got those two. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗁 mat inside the card. And we'll just do that. I love 𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗁 for fall cards. I think it just kind of warms up all of the colors. Okay. And then I'm going to cross my fingers and I am going to take, let me find it. Of course, it's at the bottom. 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗁𝗁 ink. You guys, I'm not giving myself much room. I'm going to stamp the many thanks onto my die cut rectangle. Cross your fingers for me, guys. Ooh. It's hard to do on camera because I can't really. That's not too bad. Okay, I'm happy with that. And now we're going to make our own designer paper. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow, Cajun Craze, Pecan Pie, and my new favorite color, Basic Beige. I am in love with this color. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Okay, I have to bring in a scrap sheet of paper because I'm going to be a little messy here. And I'm going to start with Mossy Meadow. Okay. And I am going to use a stamp that has a little bit of a hair on it. Okay, well, we'll just make it work. And I am going to lightly ink it. And I want to show you, actually, I'll show you here why this is a distinctive stamp set. That is not where I missed inking it. That is the shading. Whoops, get my finger out of the way. That is the shading on the stamp. I love distinctive stamp sets because it does all the work for me. And I'm just going to change this. Now, I'm stamping this one first because I want to point something out to you. Remember that little hair that I said was on my stamp? Guess where it landed? On my card. Gosh darn it. Oh, well. Leave it to me to have a hair fall on my stamp pad. Okay, so now I'm going to use Pecan Pie. And I want you to see the difference between this stamped image and the acorn. So I left it this way on purpose. So I'm going to ink up the acorn. And you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to cover up. See how much better that looks in terms of the artistic design? There's a reason why. And I wanted to show you this. That's why I kept it. The 𝗏𝗄𝗵𝗔 ink pad was over inked. And the Pecan Pie ink pad had just the right amount of ink in it. And that's why this image looks so much better. Okay. So if you start inking and you say, ooh, there's too much ink on there, what you could do is take a plastic spoon and just kind of go over your ink pad and kind of smush that ink into your ink pad a little bit more, and then it'll look more like that. Okay. So I hope that tip helps. I did not have a plastic spoon, and I forgot to get just a regular spoon. So I'm just telling you how to do it. Probably not super helpful, but now I'm using 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗁 ink, and I'm just kind of going around the edges and filling in any major white space that I see. So that was 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗁 ink. Okay, so this is Basic Beige, and I'm actually going to start with my sentiment. Whoop, I'm dropping my sponge. I said in the directions to use a sponge dauber, but I can't find my sponge daubers. But I'm just taking Basic Beige ink, and I'm just sponging around the edges, okay? And I'm going to do that here as well. But then I'm going to take it one step further. And now I'm kind of going to smear that ink a little bit. See how it's smearing the 𝗏𝗄𝗵𝗔. And that's because it was still kind of wet. There we go. Now we just added some background to that. And I just realized I need the 𝗥𝗲𝗁𝗁 again. Get that out of the way. And I love that this stamp set has like a little background checker type thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up, tap it off, and just keep doing that and just add kind of like a background. But I have to tap it off because otherwise it's going to be way too dark. And I'll show you on the back side what I mean. And you might prefer it. This is how it'll look if I don't tap it off. So I wanted to just tap it off because I didn't want you to really be able to see what it was. I just want a background on there. And as it dries, it's going to get even lighter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Ooh, that's too much glue, just a little bit. And I am going to layer this down. On the sample, I did it the other way around. So I wanted you guys to be able to see which way looks better. I personally think this way looks better. So you decide. And then I'm going to glue this down on the card. Getting ink all over my fingers. I'm just going to glue that down. Very, very simple card, my friends, but I like it. I like sometimes going back to old techniques. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to glue this down instead of using Stampin' Dimensionals, and I want to tell you why. So let me glue this down first because I can't talk and glue at the same time. In preparation for the holidays, I want you to kind of start getting ready for mailing cards that are 1 ounce or less. And what are the things that you want to do to keep your cards under 1 ounce? So basically a forever stamp, postage stamp, right, is to only have 1 layer. So if I had done this on dimensionals, I wouldn't have been able to do this on dimensionals. I think I'm going to add a little bit more ink on there. Let me just do a little bit left over from my sponge. So that's just a tip I have for you because postage is going up, my friends. I'll have more hints for you like this for the Christmas card class I'm doing. But over the next couple of months, as I do these cards, you're going to see me do that more and more because I want to get into a habit of doing that before I start mailing out all of the Christmas cards. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that does not make sense. And then we are just going to glue this right here. Look what I'm going to cover up, my little boo-boo. You can always cover up boo-boos, right? And there we have our finished card. We kind of made our own designer paper. We could have used whatever colors we want, so it does not matter. Okay, so let me turn my camera back over. Give me just 1 second. I'll be back next Wednesday with another Step It Up stamping. Talk to you soon, my friends. Bye.